The All-Star break is right now. Every game is over. The All-Star break just started. And I want to talk about the divisions and what my thoughts are. I made a prediction video what the standings would be by the end of the year, or who would be in first place, but I can't remember I can't remember what I said at that time. So if you guys would like to go back, I'm putting a link in the description for that video and watch it, and then come back and watch this one. So thanks for joining the video, obviously, but tomorrow's the home run derby. Tuesday's the All-Star game. I'm actually going to the All-Star game, which I'm very hyped about. It's in Colorado, so I'm going to that. I live in Colorado. Excited to see some of the Dodgers there. Muncy, Taylor, Turner, Bueller, Dave Roberts, our first base coach, is there. Jansen, I feel like got snubbed this year. He's been killing it coming out of the closing role. But besides that point, let's talk about the American League first, and then we'll talk about the NL. American League, in the East, the Red Sox are first. The Rays are second. Toronto is third. The New York Yankees are fourth, and the Baltimore Orioles are last. In that division, I really see Boston, Tampa, and Toronto battling it out to see who wins the division. Right now, the Blue Jays are behind 8 games, and then the Rays are behind a game and a half. The Yankees are behind 8 games. Baltimore, they don't even have a shot. They're 26 games back. So I doubt they'll step up and win 26 games and magically win the East, which I doubt seeing. I'm pretty sure that won't happen. But anyway, Boston, man, it kind of takes me not by surprise. For some reason I feel like, with Alex Verdugo and Rafael Devers and Xander Bogaerts and, that whole team, I feel like they've done pretty good. And the thing what I loved about Alex Verdugo on the Dodgers is that his energy was always so high. Like earlier this year, they were in New York, and he made friends with New York Yankee fans. Which Boston Red Sox player has ever done that in the history of baseball? I don't know about any besides Alex Verdugo. So I really think the energy he brings to the team, and the positive energy, because when he was on the Dodgers and they had him mic'd up, he was always bringing positive energy. So I think that's going to help them get through the rest of this season and maybe win the East. If you're the Rays, I don't really pay attention to the Rays, but you gotta. I don't really know. I just feel like the Red Sox, these are my rest. This is my. Let's put this mid-season predictions. So I think the Red Sox will be able to take the East unless Toronto. I really think the Blue Jays have a shot to have a great second half, start winning more ball games, beating Boston more, and taking the division. And Tampa, they have to beat Tampa. Right now, they are 45-42, 8 games back, and that is kind of a little far from what you want to be. But I really feel like the Blue Jays are the team to maybe come back 8 games down and win the division. So my top 3 teams for the East right now is Boston, Rays, and Toronto. And I get the Yankees, man. I give the Yankees a lot of credit. They're a really good team. But the first few weeks of the season, they really struggled. And I think that struggle with all the injuries and the way they struggled is just not. They have the second half, but I don't think that's enough time to catch up to the Red Sox or the Rays or Blue Jays. I could see them maybe fighting, getting into third place in the division, beating Toronto, where they flip, where Toronto would go fourth and New York third. But I don't see them, winning the division this year and going to the playoffs. Maybe they'll be a wild card team, but that's all I could think of. I don't think they'll win the division, which is a very disappointing thing for the Yankees, because everybody, in my opinion, I'd love to see a Yankees-Dodgers World Series. That's just something I've always wanted, but that's because some of my buddies are Yankees fans, and I'd love to see that happen, but I just don't think the Yankees have it in them. Garrett Cole, man, he's been pitching really good this year, but I just don't think they have it in them. So I'm claiming, right now Boston's in first place by a game and a half. I feel like Boston will win the division. I really do. This is my midway predictions. So Boston will win the East. That's my prediction. All right, let's go to the Central. I said the Twins. I do remember this one by heart. I said the Twins would win the division. They are fourth in the division, 39-50, 15 games back. They're not winning the division. That was a terrible guess. I really, with the way they've been playing for the past few years, always making it to the playoffs, and then always losing the first round they play, I really thought maybe, this year would be their chance to go into the playoffs, do what you need to do, win a series, and then lose in the next one. But unfortunately for the Twins, they just don't have it this year, I don't think. I think my prediction was, if I recall right, it was Twins, White Sox, Cleveland. But right now it's White Sox, Cleveland, Detroit, Minnesota, KC. KC, obviously I don't see them winning the division at all. The Twins, I think they're too far back, 15 games behind. Detroit, 15 games behind. Cleveland, 8 games behind. I feel like the honest opinion here is the White Sox are going to win the division. Cleveland could be a close second, but I just don't see them pulling it off. So I'm saying White Sox are going to win the Central now. As in the beginning of the season, I said the Twins were going to win the Central. I'm going to the White Sox now. I think they'll finish it off. Cleveland's 8 games back too, but 8 games seems like a lot, but it's not. Like, I don't know. I feel like the White Sox will definitely win the Central. Let's go to the AL West. So we got Houston 55-36, Athletics 52-40, 48-39 are the Mariners. The Angels are 45-44. The Rangers 35-55. Houston, they've been playing great baseball this year, and I hate to admit it, but they have been playing really good baseball this year. The Athletics, on the other hand, they have too, I feel like, because when they were against the Dodgers, it was like the second series of the year. They absolutely destroyed us, and they did really good against us. But honestly, I would love the Athletics to win the division, because obviously we all know the Houston Dodger fan bases, and we pretty much hate each other now. Because of the cheating scandals and all that good stuff what the Astros decided to do, because they couldn't win a World Series without banging on trash cans. But anyway, besides that point, I feel like I'd love the Athletics to come back and win it, but Houston's just been playing really good baseball this year. But I'm gonna say the sleeping team wins. I'm gonna go Athletics wins. The Athletics win the West. The AL West. That's my prediction for the rest of the midway through the season. They'll bounce back and win the West. All right, let's go to the NL East. Mets 47-40, Phillies 44-44, Atlanta 44-45, Washington 42-47, Miami 39-50. I said earlier this year, before the season started, don't sleep on the Marlins, because I really felt like since last year they made the postseason, they could do it again. But unfortunately, it don't look like they're making it this year. The Mets, 47-40. They got Jacob deGrom. They got Lindor. They got Pete Alonso. Honestly, I don't see them winning the division quite yet. I really see the Phillies bouncing back. Well, the Phillies going to take the East. I really think they will. I know in the start of the season I said the Braves. But yesterday, tragic news. Ronald Acuna tore his ACL. So I just don't see the Braves being able to pull it out without a Ronald Acuna. Yes, they have Freddie Freeman. Yes, they have Ozzie Albies. But Ronald Acuna was pretty much their firepower. He was having such a great first half and such a great season. Like, that shit was so impressive. And sadly, he got hurt on a fly ball in right. It was a hard hit ball in right field in Miami, and he jumped up. And right away, you kind of knew something was wrong because he was laying down. Then he walked off halfway off the field, sat back down. They carted him off, and I obviously it wasn't a broken leg, so my mindset was like, he'll be fine. He maybe just twisted his ankle, and then later that night, news broke that, hey, Ronald Acuna Jr. has a ACL tear, and that ended his season. So that really hurts the Braves. So I don't see them winning the East at all. The Nationals, they are 42-47. I could see them being better than the Braves for the rest of the year. With Kyle Schwarber, with the way he's been going off, but he just got put on the IL. With Juan Soto, I could see them actually winning. Not winning the East. I could see them being third at least in the East. But right now, I really feel like the Mets and Phillies are the teams to win the division in the East. And I really want to say the Phillies will pull it off, because the Mets, they should be in the playoffs. They really should be. But I just don't see them winning the division. Maybe a wild card team, but who knows? Let's go to the NL Central, where it's Milwaukee, Cincinnati, Chicago, the Cardinals, and Pittsburgh. Let's talk about Milwaukee, man. I did not see them doing this good. I didn't see them I had no imagination that they would be first place. Like, I could not think about that going into the All-Star break. But they are. Cincinnati is 48-42. Like, they're 4 games back. The Cubs are 8. The Cardinals are 8. Pittsburgh, they're out of it. 18 games back. They ain't winning anything. I feel like if there's one team in this division who can really step up and who needs to step up, is the Cardinals. The Cardinals got Nolan Arenado during the offseason, and everybody was hyped. I thought they were going to be a high-power, hitting ball club where they're going to be able to hit so many home runs and play so well. And unfortunately, they just haven't. And Jack Flaherty has gone down for them. He got hurt, but at the end of the day, with the firepower you have in your lineup, I really feel like they should have done better, and they should be second place and not Cincinnati. But it's the Reds instead of the Cardinals. And the Cubs, they went on like a 20-game losing streak or something like that, I think. But they're 44-46. I really can see them actually winning the division. But for now, I really want the Cardinals to win the division. But I don't think they have what it takes to win the division now, because they've really, really struggled. So I think it's going to be the Brewers, the Cubs, and Cardinals, who are those 3 teams will win. One of them will win the division, but I know I got to pick one or maybe 2. I'll go 2. So I want to see the Cardinals bounce back and have a great second half, win the division. Excuse me, or the Cubs, because I feel like the Brewers, they do this all the time. They get to the playoffs and disappoint their fans. But I know a team who did that for years. But let's not talk about that. So I'm going to say Cardinals come back and win the Central. Maybe. And the Cubs win the Central. Maybe. I'm going to go Cubs and Cardinals. One of those two are going to win the division. Milwaukee's done a choke out, I think. Maybe. Now let's talk about the NL West. This is my favorite division, obviously, because I'm a Dodger fan. And this is why I always save it for last. Guys, the Giants have been playing such great baseball this year, and it's unbelievable. Last year, all I could hear is how Brandon Crawford's washed up, Brandon Belt's washed up. The older guys are on their 1-year contracts. They are really, struggling. And this year, Brandon Crawford has been killing it. Brandon Crawford is my favorite shortstop in the game. It's just something about the way he plays the game. I've always loved Brandon Crawford and the way he plays. And he always seems to have, the right attitude. He never seems upset. He's always hanging out with the fam on Instagram. He's my favorite shortstop in this league, and the Dodgers got Corey Seager, and then you got Tatis, but I swear Brandon Crawford is my favorite shortstop. I still need to get his jersey. The Giants jersey is what they just released. I wanted a Brandon Crawford one of those, but they're so expensive. They're like $439. I looked the other night. So I think I might just get a regular Crawford jersey, but he's my favorite shortstop, so don't be hating if you're a Dodgers fan watching this. I'm being truthful. All right. Like I said, the Giants, they are first in the division, 52-32. The Dodgers are 56-35, 2 games back. The Padres 53-40 with 6 games back. The Rockies 40-51, 18 games back. The D-backs 26-66, 32.5 games back. D-backs, man, they had a really rough losing streak, and that hurts them because obviously they're not making the playoffs. And of course they're playing in the hardest division in the league. I believe this is the hardest division in the league right now because the Dodgers are stacked, the Padres are stacked, and somehow the Giants are playing great baseball. And I really feel like half of that has to do because Kevin Gausman, he's like refound himself. Like he found another inner Gausman in him. Like he's been pitching great. Just LaFonte's been pitching okay. Brandon Crawford, all of a sudden, from going from last year, people saying he was washed up, to this year where he's dominating and killing it, and which I like because I'm a Brandon Crawford fan. I really like him, but I don't like when he dominates against LA, obviously, because I want the Dodgers to win those games. Brandon Belt, he's always been really good. So, him doing his thing. And then, I don't really know a lot about the Giants, but, they don't have that many big names. When I think about the Giants, I think about Brandon Crawford, Brandon Belt, and Buster Posey. Buster Posey's been really good this year after taking last year off because of COVID. He's been really good. Crawford, Belt, and then they got names like Alex Dickerson, Mike Yastrzemski. He's one of my favorites too on the Giants. He's been dominating. Well, he's been doing okay, I bet. I don't really keep up, with these teams. Let's look at his stats. Mike Yastrzemski's 2021 stats. Oh my God. Mike Yastrzemski's MLB stats. Oh my God. My phone's being stupid. Anyway, let's just talk about this division stuff here. And like I said, Brandon Crawford, Brandon Belt, they've been doing really good this year. And, as a Dodgers fan, I'd hate to see the Giants make a World Series run and win it. Do I feel like Brandon Crawford deserves another ring? Hell yeah, because, like I said, he's my favorite shortstop. But besides that, this division is still up for grabs, no matter who wins it. And obviously, it's going to be the Giants or the Dodgers or the Padres, which obviously I'm hoping it's us. But this year, the Padres, I feel like they've dominated the Dodgers in every series we've played against them. The Giants, we've beat them a couple times. And I think what the Dodgers need to do in the second half, is figure out our bullpen. Kenley Jansen, he's been great. Blake Trinan's been great. Jimmy Nelson's been great, I think. Problem is that we've had injuries to the bullpen. Brusdar Graterol, he was in our bullpen for maybe a week, injured. After getting him back, injured. Uceta, if you guys watch the Dodgers, Edwin Uceta, he's not as good as I thought he would be. Edwin Rios' injury, Corey Seager being injured. The Dodgers have had a lot of injuries this year. Brandon Belt was down. Bellinger was down. Seager's been down. Graterol's been down. Who else? I think that's it. So 3 main players have been down. Oh, Kershaw just got put on the IL. Tony Gonsolin was on the IL all year pretty much. He just got called up. Well, he's been up for a while. Dustin May, Tommy John surgery. So we've had injuries. And so have the Padres. Tatis went down for a little bit. Some of their bullpen pieces went down. The Giants, I really don't know too much about their IL. But I know Tatis went down. for a little bit this year. I don't know the rest who went down, but the Dodgers have had a lot of injuries, and I'm going to talk about it here, and the Trevor Bauer situation. Trevor Bauer this year for the Dodgers, obviously everybody knows about his situation now with the sexual assault thing what's been going on. But the thing is that Trevor Bauer, we signed him, wins the Cy Young last year. Okay, before the sexual assault thing, let's back it up. Let's pretend that hasn't happened yet. We signed him, first start, almost throws a no-hitter in Denver, gives up a few home runs. Other starts, gives up a few more home runs. He's been getting hit around like he's a batting practice pitcher. Like, bro, he got hit. People have hit so many home runs off of Trevor Bauer this year, which was very, very disappointing, because as hyped as he was going into the Dodgers, coming to the Dodgers, and after winning the Cy Young, I really thought, oh, hell yeah, like, he's going to be an animal, and he really has disappointed me personally. He's had cool moments, but then, let's get to the part now where he's pretty much, the Dodgers, a lot of them have unfollowed him. Justin Turner, Bellinger, Jansen. A lot of them have unfollowed Bauer on Instagram. They removed all of his merch off of the Dodgers shop. They removed the bobblehead night. Like, right now, going into the second half, the Dodgers need to think about getting another starting pitcher. And that's my honest opinion. Yes, we have David Price, but then our bullpen, then we lose an arm in the bullpen. And sadly, like I said, the Dodgers have to think about getting another arm, because there's a little bit of hope inside that Trevor Bauer didn't do nothing, or won't get charged, because obviously he did something, but he won't get charged, because if I posted a video about it, I'll also put that down in the description below, because it seems like he's innocent, but it seems like he's not. But if we don't, but a high part of me, like in my heart, like a lot of my mind says, my heart says Trevor didn't do it, but my mind says Bauer didn't do it, but my heart says, bro, he's off the team. He's gonna be out of the league. Never will pitch again in an MLB uniform. Excuse me. Because those pictures, what got posted, and those the text messages made him seem like he's innocent. The pictures don't. Like, so we'll see what happens with Bauer's situation. Hopefully everything, like I said, my mind is saying, hey, he didn't do it, but my heart is saying, oh fuck, go get another pitcher, Dodgers, because Bauer's bitch ass is off the team. Which, if he does get kicked off the team, I won't be mad, because if he gets charged for what he did, then he deserves jail time, obviously. So, knowing that, I feel like the Dodgers have to go out and get another starter, or call somebody up and really hope for the best. As right now, the Giants, man, I feel like they'll fold. I really feel like the Giants will fold and they'll lose the division. I feel like the division is still the Padres or Dodgers. Who's gonna win it? And obviously, I want it to be the Dodgers. But that first half, every time we played the Padres always dominated the Dodgers. So I'm hoping LA wins the division, but with the way we've played against the Padres this year, the Padres have a good chance of taking the West. And honestly, out of all the divisions, I think the NL West will be represented in the World Series, no matter if it's the Giants, the Dodgers, or the Padres. I really think one of the NL West teams are going to the World Series. If the Dodgers can't make it back-to-back, then the Giants are going, or the Padres. But I'm hoping the Dodgers can make it back-to-back, because that's just something I feel like we deserve. Back-to-back World Series trophies. That'd be epic. So that's it for this video. Links will be down in the description for the other two videos I was just talking about, the Trevor Bauer situation and my MLB predictions. And can't wait for the second half to see what happens. So like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. This whole time I've been watching the Bucks and Suns game, so if you see my TV, like the glare in the background and then me looking up, that's why. Alright, Like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one.